With the release of Ableton 12.1, Ableton released a free pack called Sequencers, which included 3 different step sequencers: rhythmic steps, step arp, and SQ sequencer. And today we're going to be going in detail on SQ sequencer. And this does some things that the others cannot, and it goes detailed, fam. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this. Open up our sequencers pack. We can go ahead and grab SQ sequencer. And I want to make sure everybody knows that there is presets in here as well. But I'm going to show you how to go crazy on this thing, and this is fun, man. You're going to have a lot of fun creating this, and I was able to make some really hard melodies using this, and I didn't even expect to. Like, I was like, I'm never going to use this thing. Now I'm having second thoughts. And I literally just have an 80s VCO brass. This was like the first thing I found in the Ableton instrument library. So this has a lot of similarities to the other 2 step sequencers. Let's take a look at some of these things. You can turn each lane on or off by clicking up here. You can also extend this to 16 steps or back down to 8. You have control over the pitch, octave, velocity, and length of each of these. And there's a second page over here. Click on that and you have a little more control. There's condition, ratchet, time shift, and pitch. This is going to be the same. If we click on one, you can see it's the same. You can also pick your scale right here. For this track, let's do an E minor. I believe that's what this is in. Also, you can lock onto your scale awareness right here. In fact, I'm curious, if we go ahead and select another one, what if we turn this on? Yep, it goes right to E minor. There you go. So up here, we can randomize which of these lanes turns on or off. There's just click on this and it'll randomize it a couple different times. You can also reset it back to normal, but let's click it and this will allow you to scramble the active steps. Each of these 8 right here has its own lane, and if we turn this into 16, they still have their own lane, so you can control each of them individually. You also have the play behavior here, so you can have it play forward, backward, alternative, snake, and random. We're gonna take a look at these when we start building something out in just a second. You have your timing over here, so you can go by the BPM, you can go by steps. You have some swing options here as well. You can do triplets or dotted. In our MIDI tab, we can actually have MIDI notes control what is happening here. So you can have MIDI notes play into this, and you can control each of them from here, and we'll take a look at that as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's some different ways. So transport's how it's going to play normally. You can have the MIDI play through it. You can also have the MIDI play through the transport as well. And then there's an internal way of playing it. If you have transpose on, it lets you transpose the whole sequence based on the MIDI notes that are coming in. You also have a step recorder as well, and this allows you to change the position of each thing that's happening, and you'll see it actually rewrite in real time. We're gonna jump in here in just a second. There's just a couple more things. So for each of these right here, you're gonna see this updates. This allows you to go plus, so for the pitch, you can go plus or minus 12. Let's see if we go down. So if you don't want to be able to have that much control, you can always reset the transposition too. So let's say you want to reset back to normal, boom. And that goes for everything here. So this little R right here will get you back to normal. And you can see each one's a little bit different. So for octaves, you can only go up 3 octaves. That's still quite a bit. For velocity, it'll let you set the range. That's the full range right there, 127. It's at 100 by default. And what you'll notice too is that you have these arrows as well. And what that's going to allow you to do is shift everything over. Boom. Up or down is going to allow you to pitch everything up, I guess, based on what you have selected, right? So the velocities are all going up or down here. But if we're in pitches, it's going to move all the pitch up 1 semitone. So that's pretty cool because it allows you to listen to things on the fly, and you can shift it over really quick and see if it sounds better. And these will allow you to adjust all of the values simultaneously. So if you're like, I want to start my velocities all the way up, you could do that, and it might help you from there. It'll just save you a little bit of time. And it's another way that you could use it to reset, because it's going to set everything to the same value. And then you have these controls, which allows you to scramble them, but it can't scramble if they're all the same. So you kind of have to change it up a little bit. And you also have the randomization like this. You can also choose to lock in any of these lanes here, and it allows you to put a different length on it if you'd like. So if you'd like it to be half as long, you could set this down to 2. You can also pick the way that it's moving as well. So you can have it individual, which is really cool because we took a look at rhythmic steps, which is awesome, but it didn't let you do it individual for each lane. All right, we've pretty much taken a look at all of these different controls. Let's start making something. Yo, this snake one is absolutely ridiculous. This thing is honestly too much fun to play around with. Let me show you how you can use MIDI to control this. So I have a blank MIDI track here that I just put some MIDI on, right? I have E3 and E1. We'll set this to in. Make sure we have both of these channels selected here, and then we should be able to hear the difference in octaves. Let's check this out. So you can use it that way. The other way you can use it, set this to MIDI, and it's going to actually do it off of the notes. So this isn't going to be a lot going on, right? Because it's like one note every half bar. You could mess with the pitch on top of doing that, but that might just be counteractive. So you could just use this for the other benefits that this thing has, like such as the velocities, the length. You could even play with the octaves, it would be cool. Or you can go into this other one right here in the ratchet. I like using this sometimes. But I really like just leaving it on transport mode and just sending it there. Let's try only having these an octave apart. And if you're wondering about this theme, this is actually a Halloween theme that I made. Dark, there's a medium and a light version. I even made some crazy pumpkin ones, which I just wanted to go absolutely nuts. But we have so many dope ones in here that I've made, and all of these are available in the VIP. Some of my favorite ones are these night vision. Like, look at this, man. This dark one. Ugh. Masterpiece. Every single one of these themes and all of our drum kits are in the VIP as well. So it's an absolute steal, especially if you just want to try it out for a month. If you guys want to check out the VIP, I'll leave a link for it in the description below. SQ Sequencer is pretty dope, but if you haven't checked out step ARP and rhythmic steps yet, you're going to want to see these videos because these are crazy.